you very much, Richard, for your kind invitation. Frankly, I have no ready tips because I never thought, never had time to think how it works. But let me find out the main points in my short story. It happens, as you said, that I'm involved in many organizations, businesses, etc. Most nations have famous sayings like, if you run after two rabbits, you catch neither. It means practically you should be focused. I think I was focused. I graduated always first in my class, in the school, in the university. Then I created this firm you mentioned. But I was focused on my studies only, on my work, no side activities. If you ask me whether I feel sorry, no, for the time being. And so focus is very important. Then another one, as you know, hard work is required for any achievement. Maybe another element is legal education, because it's the law is a natural fit for leaders and many things like no other profession. So I would say here that the basis also is important. You mentioned that we created one of the first law firms in Bulgaria, which is the market champion for the last 34 years. We do business law, and because of the clients, we started to understand business better. With 8-9 partners at certain time, the firm was set up properly, and I was able to perform without, the firm was able to perform without my full-time involvement. At the same time, I was invited in the management of the largest employment organizations in this country. So my main activity is connected with the fight for the rule of law, and then for improving the business climate in the country, and lately in the region. We created, for example, 20 years a group, I'm the founder, a group called Southeast Europe Legal Group, which covers 12 jurisdictions in Southeast Europe. In all these organizations, I apply the knowledge I have already had and share it for the benefit of the others. And of course, you have to take responsibilities. I remember a very wealthy Indian businessman who said once that people until 50, 60 receive from the society, and after that they should give back to the society. I think it's not necessary to wait until 50, 60. At the same time, you see how it works, the natural law, that once you give, you receive. From these involvements, I learned a lot. And I made many friends around the globe. And of course, this helps me to my legal practice and to my colleagues. Maybe another tip I learned from the work in my firm and also from various business organizations. I'll give you an example to be more clear. I became president of AmCham, the American Chamber, and for a few years we were the best chamber in Europe. Why? Not because of me so much, because we had excellent team. So people we work with are extremely important. After that, the British ambassador asked me to help because the British Bulgarian Chamber at that time was demolished. We created a new one, which currently is extremely prosperous. Again, because of good people. Then I established from scratch Indian and Maltese business chambers, again with friends I knew I was able to trust. And maybe 2-3 more interesting directions. You mentioned I'm Consul General for Malta. I'm President of Association of Honorary Consuls in Bulgaria. And since Monday, I became board member of the World Federation of Consuls. A job which is not paid, it's honorable, but extremely useful. And frankly, it gives substantial satisfaction to see that your knowledge and skills work for improvement of bilateral and international relations. And if you ask me for the tip here, maybe you'll say that nothing, even international borders are not able to stop you when you want to contribute. Another important thing is education, training, mentoring, not only in the firm. One example you mentioned is the Balkan Legal Forum we run for the last 22 years on behalf of the International Bar Association, which is considered to be the best event in the region. And we organized a special foundation for legal development. The idea behind is to create a new generation of modern lawyers with high morale and skills at the international level. We provide scholarships, etc. We believe that creation of this new generation, this contribution is extremely important. And the last you mentioned, and maybe this is the most important, that we should do something about spiritual life, something for people's well-being, for culture. And that's why I'm trying to be helpful to my wife, who is the national coordinator of International Yoga Day in Bulgaria. If you ask me how I support, I just help with things I could do. I arrange sponsors, media, etc. But this gives enormous satisfaction. Just to give you an example, in this 7 million country, we had celebration of International Yoga Day in 44 cities. It's a huge event, maybe between 15 or 18,000 people participate. So all of the above is connected with certain sacrifices. Of course, there are restrictions, limits, maybe it's for the account of my family. I don't have much time for myself, but if you ask me whether I regret, I would say no. I feel full and satisfied, and I believe this is important.